What is up? Hambone here, and I am bringing you another The Last of Us multiplayer video. And the gameplay that you're seeing in front of you is just some more flamethrower gameplay. I actually used a couple clips from this gameplay in my strategies video yesterday, but I thought you might like to see a little bit more of the flamethrower in action throughout an entire match, and maybe just some clips of me using it. And you'll get to see a couple of disadvantages of the flamethrower. One in particular, you're going to see me completely miss with the flamethrower when someone runs by. But enough of that, getting to the topic of today's video, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a strategies video on the opposite of what today's topic is. But today's topic is bad teammates, and yeah, this video is going to be a little bit more of a rant than an actual just talking about something important to the game, and that's because bad teammates are the bane of my existence on every game for some reason, and I just feel like it's a good reason to talk about them. Now, some of y'all are probably thinking, oh, a bad teammate. You're talking about that guy that goes 1 in 5 every game, or he goes -4, even though he got 5 kills, he might die 9 times every game. No, I'm not actually talking about them. I understand that maybe if a person's new to the game, maybe they're low level, and they're going 1 in 5, 0 in 6, or something like that, I have no problem with them. I might say something along the lines of, oh, maybe if they would have died 3 less times, we could have won or something. But I'm not going to explicitly complain about them dying a lot, especially if they're new to the game. That happens. Some people just like to play for fun. Some people just get on. They don't try and be better. They just get on. They play the game, and then they get off. I have no complaints with a person like that who is dying a lot, other than maybe it'd be nice if maybe they could have died a couple less times, but you know, maybe they're new to the game, they don't have as much skill. That doesn't make a bad teammate, in my opinion. To be qualified as a bad teammate to me, and this is not saying that there's people that I said going 1 in 5 and, or -5 every game can't be bad teammates. I'm not saying that at all. There's a good chance that they could be a bad teammate. In fact, I guess logic would say they probably are, because they're probably not used to the mechanics of the game as much, so they probably wouldn't know what to do in situations. But what makes a bad teammate to me, at least in this game in particular, is 2 things. The first of which is a person who absolutely refuses to stick with his teammates in this game, so they're just running off, doing whatever they want, and they're not sticking with the team. They're causing themselves to die a lot, causing our stock of lives to just drop dramatically. That, oh my god, I hate that. I hate when teammates play like that. That's the first thing that makes a bad teammate in this game. The second thing, and this can also be applied to a couple of other games, but is when you have that teammate, or maybe it's more than one in your team at the time, who refuses, I'm not sure if he refuses to, maybe he doesn't know what button to press, but they just absolutely choose not to revive anyone. I mean, they just refuse to. And I understand if I'm down in the middle of a room and there's people aiming at me, and you could get killed easily if you go to for the revive on me. I'm not saying run across the room and revive me in that situation. That'd be fucking stupid. But when I'm down, or like if I get downed across map and you're standing next to me, I've crawled in front of your feet, and I'm talking through my mic at this point saying, please revive me, calling out your name specifically, and you just continue to sit there and aim at the enemy team for whatever reason when they're across the map, or like not even nowhere to be seen, and you just refuse to revive me. That is the main thing of what makes a bad teammate for me. People who just do that, and I've never understood why they do it. I don't understand. Like, why are you trying to avoid getting points just to sit there and do nothing? Like, I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me, and I hate it. I really do. Like, there are scenarios where I can understand where, I've been in a gunfight with someone and they're actually relatively close, and I get downed, and then my teammate, instead of trying to revive me, tries to finish off the enemy player to have safety for himself for reviving me. Yeah, that's fine. If I happen to die while he downs him in the process, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That was a needed death on my part for him to get the kill, because we might have both died in that situation. That's fine. But in that same situation, if you happen to down the person who downed me immediately after I get downed, and then you go for the special execution, this happens all the time, which is why I'm bringing it up specifically. And then I die because you went for the special execution. I've want to say those are about the only times I've ever explicitly raged on this game. And just to bring up a story of just a situation of how much I hate it when people don't revive. There was a game for the 360. It was called Gears of War 2. And Gears of War 2 has a tendency, at the time for when it was released, for being known as a lot of people considered it to be the worst Gears in the series, even though there was only 2 at the time between Gears 1 and Gears 2. Personally, it was my favorite. Even though I did play Gears 1 a whole lot more, Gears 2 is still my personal favorite just because I like the game mechanics of it better, and I was a fan of the Horde mode on it. But enough of that, getting to the point I'm getting to. Gears 2 is the only game that has ever made me break a controller. And I'm actually kind of ashamed to say that, but at the same time, I will say that I broke this at a time when I was playing the game non-stop. And it happened not because of something that happened with the game or something that happened because of the game's fault. I broke a controller because of a teammate's fault and my own rage at the time. I've actually learned from my mistakes so to not get so angry at games. But what happened in particular in this case, and I remember it vividly, was we were playing Execution, which for you, I forget how much it was, but it was a public execution just so I could continuously go through matches and get points. And I remember I got downed behind cover next to a teammate, and I'm sitting right next to him. The enemy that downed me with a hammer burst across the map almost, and my teammate's sitting next to me. He refuses to revive me, and you know what happens? The enemy that downed me rushes across map, not really across map, but across the way from where he was, takes out a shotgun, bodies my teammate, then finishes me off. For whatever reason, that situation, and I had not been revived a couple times when I should have been earlier in this day, I spiked my controller, shattering the battery pack off of it. Now, like like not reviving people in a game like this, especially when you have a chance to, is a mortal sin. And in a game like Gears of War, I know it's gonna be off topic again, but all you had to do was press a button. There was no wait times. There was nothing like that. So to not revive someone in that game was just uncalled for. But in this game, you know, I understand in situations that maybe you can't revive someone. But to not revive someone when there's no danger around, when you're just refusing to revive them, is uncalled for. And I can't stand it, and it makes me angry. Extremely angry, actually. But honestly, it's just something I wanted to talk about because I ran into a couple games when playing the other day where teammates refused to revive me. But on the other hand, I just want to say that not that there are teammates who that are bad teammates. There are also those teammates that go that extra above and beyond. And I would include a clip right here that was absolutely hilarious of this guy who was just reviving everyone in a match on my team. Where literally, I saw someone downed on Billstown. I happened to be walking across that metal platform. I looked to my left really quick, and you just see him come running across the street. It was hilarious, and I wish I would have been recording that time. But enough of that. If you happen to enjoy my rant, or you agree with my opinions, be sure to like the video. And as always, if you like the last of multiplayer content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, have a nice day.